Hello and welcome to the Capricorn full moon activation. I'm Adrienne Elise. Well, we're moving into this Capricorn full moon. There is a lot of intensity building because this Capricorn full moon, when the moon and a full moon, the moon is always opposite the sun. And so we're having a completion of the Cancer new moon cycle and a culmination of energy. So this whole month, these last couple of weeks have really been about where are we receiving our nurturing? Are we grasping outside of ourselves to secure what is going to make us feel loved and cared for in this world? Or are we able to look within and see that we are the source of our own life, our own abundance? And so with this Capricorn full moon, we're having a massive culmination of this, and everywhere you've given away your power to receive nurturing, everywhere you've given your power away in life in general, you are going to, this is coming up, and it's coming up with deep emotions. This has been the first watery energy with all these planets in Cancer, bringing forward the emotional depth. So we've got the intensity of Pluto in Capricorn there with the moon, and then opposing that we have the sun and Mars and Mercury close by too. So the sun and Mars start to come closer together here at this full moon, and they're going to stay together for very close for almost a whole month. And so the sun is who we are in our identity, and then our Mars is our action, our ability to actualize, to take steps in our life. This is really important time. This is the most powerful time in this next month to finally take some action on things that have been not quite right, not quite in alignment with who you really are. Now, we really went deeply into this spring with this Venus retrograde, reevaluating what really matters to us and what really makes us happy and what we really value. And the ultimate gift of 2017 is to have a big turnaround on where we are not nice to ourselves and why did you do that, how you're not good enough, and couldn't you do better, and you messed up, and these voices that go on in our head, and releasing into a deep love and appreciation and respect for who we are in the true core of our essence. And that shift has everything to do with our revaluing of the true abundance of this world, which is what we bring in here to this lifetime, not what we accumulate during this lifetime. And so we're coming to this place where we have been prepared astrologically and energetically for a very long time to come in to bringing forward these gifts. This Cancer energy and this Capricorn full moon are really about releasing everywhere that you have not been valuing yourself. And then, of course, the other people in your life may not be able to value you than the way you'd like to be valued. Now, how can you expect people in your life to value you, to really cherish you, to treat you like the cosmic being of source energy that you are, if you can't do that for yourself? So the summer of 2017, a lot of messages are coming in around radical self-care, taking care of yourself on a deep, deep level, not about what you do or accomplish or what you are striving for is in this manifested world, but what you are on the inside, and taking action steps to allow yourself to be nurtured in this world in order to begin to bring forward these gifts. Because after this full moon later in the month, Mars is moving into Leo. So all these planets in Cancer are going to move into Leo, and this is bringing us into this Leo eclipse season coming up in August. And so we are with the Leo energy in the North Node in Leo in this next year and a half. It's really about fully expressing these gifts we came in with and finding them and uncovering them and bringing them forward to the world. So we are being prepared for that right now. And the preparation we're going through right now with this Capricorn full moon is intensity of emotions. All these emotions you may have suppressed for the last months, the last years, the last lifetimes. And it's it's kind of intense for a lot of people right now because things are coming forward karmically in their life to bring forward these intensities and these emotions. This is an opportunity to go deeper into these feelings and release them, because when we don't feel our feelings, we're running from them in this society of suppression. They become heavy laden energy that like holds us down. And so what we want to do now, what we're having this great opportunity, which might not feel like an opportunity, might feel like just a whole bunch of intensity, but it is this opportunity to feel and release and remove what's in the way, at the same time committing on a new level to your self-care. And so the moon is our emotions, our past lives, and coming up there with Pluto is the destroyer and the death and rebirth and the underworld and intensity and power, issues around power. And so these planets together, the moon and Pluto in Capricorn, it's really about our authority. Where have we given our power away to authority? I'm going to show you right now. This might not be something that identifies in your everyday consciousness, but those voices that come in and inside of your consciousness and argue with your intuition, say, oh, why couldn't you have done it better? What's wrong with you? Oh, you're ugly. Oh, you're this, you're that. That is exactly the energy of this authority that we have allowed to rule our life, to tell us whether we're good enough or bad enough. And it all goes down to our basic needs. So when we can have that shift of understanding on a deep level that we're not our body, we're not our sex, we're not our identification with our career, we're not a mother or a father or a child, we are children of the universe, of the cosmic one. We are all facets of one personality. We are source itself. And so this is the big shift for humanity right now, is taking back our power where we've given it away. You know, it's kind of like we're our own power generators, and yet we're allowing this power to be used, taken from us, and then sold back to us at a taxed rate is kind of the picture that's been going on. And humanity, once it starts figuring out that the most ultimate power generator technology is available in our own body. And so we're kind of what's happening right now is a lifting of the energies. As much as they feel intense right now, and intense kind of pressure, it always feels like that right before a shift into a new dimension, a new frequency, a higher level of vibration. There has been massive amounts of love and power energy coming into our universe. Our sun is exploding with energy and messages for us about who we really are, but we have been blocked from this joy, this inspiration, this feeling of being connected through this paradigm, this false paradigm, and the core essence of that paradigm and how it manifests in our everyday life is this negating negativity towards ourself, this hatred towards ourself. And so until we can really shift this, so if you're feeling like you're ready, and this is what the activation is going to be about today. It's about if you're ready to honor yourself and receive the light of the universe. And a lot of us feel like, well, I don't know if I deserve that level of joy or abundance in my life on a deep subconscious level. Maybe everybody else could have that, but can I have that? And am I worthy? And so this is kind of the mix up here. So it's like, well, how can you be worthy of something that you're actually made up of? You know, so here we are kind of seeking this outside authority to tell us whether we're good enough to receive from this world and from the cosmos, and then we are the cosmos. And so it's just a big cosmic joke, but it's been a painful, traumatic one. And so this full moon in Capricorn is bringing forward lifetimes and intensities from this life in these last few months and the last 6 years with this Pluto-Uranus square, of this feeling of life working against us, struggling to try to figure out what in the world is going on here. And it's time now to to break the spell and step out of that paradigm. And the beautiful thing about that is that we're going to be working on this in activation today, reaching up to this cosmic energy and truly receiving who you are in your truth. And as you do that, this self-care, some indications may come forward on the activation today about how do you nurture your individual divine gifts to bring forward into the world. Where have you given your power away? And the picture of this is like we have come in as star seeds to help the evolution of planet Earth. And yet we have been kind of hijacked, like the whole spiritual evolution of Earth. And we have been given our power away in an authoritarian force that is behind all controlling energies, financial institutions, religions on the planet, the patriarchal systems. And the energy behind those systems is actually lower dimensional frequency from where the star seeds came from. So it's kind of like it's time for the true spiritual consciousness revolution to begin. And it starts as we just realize in our personal life, realize the truth of who we really are, the true self, and this connection to source. Now, when you start to receive this incarnation of your star self, it is crucial that you have a shift around how you're willing to treat yourself, how well you're willing to treat yourself. And that is what's happening right now. This is the next step to get to that life that you've dreamed of, the expression of the truth of who you are. First, you have to acknowledge the truth of who you are and be willing to build a temple to host the light that you are. Be willing to receive the truth of who you are, and don't let any authority or voices or outside influence tell you different about whether or not that is for you, because it is you. Now, when we do this and we commit to falling in love with our cosmic self and receiving the light of who we really are, then it follows that everyone in our life, whoever comes into our world, it's just a law of the universe that once we're willing to deeply appreciate who we really are, the people around us automatically will do that. So what's going on right now is we're having all this intense emotions and the stuff from the past and this karmic work going on, and it's coming up to clearly show you and adjust your own self-respect, self-worth, self-value, to be able to adjust your world. And so people, relationships are going through it right now. Jupiter is direct, and these planets have been triggering all these last week and a half. These personal planets have been triggering this Pluto-Uranus square, and with a T-square with Jupiter in Libra. Now, Jupiter's the expander, and direct, with its direct motion, it's like bringing a huge bloom of energy into examining our relationships and whether they are serving us, whether they are egalitarian, whether it's equal, whether we're helping and loving and supporting each other, or whether we're trying to attack and tear each other down. And so that is part of the old paradigm, and it's time to move in to the new paradigm where you're deeply respecting the truth of who you are, and that is commanding the world around you to respect who you are. And a lot of us have been going opposite, going outside of ourselves to try to find that self-respect, to try to find that source, that juice, that money, that love, that affection. And it's just a big lie that it's outside of ourselves. And yet when we go to turn inside, we feel that we don't feel worthy of who we really are in this light. Can we have God's love? Well, okay, you are God's love. And so go ahead and let yourself fall in love with yourself. And this is taking minute to minute, day by day opportunities to stop and feel a connection. And sometimes it feels so hard, like this world feels so heavy and so intense. And it's like, what is the point? Why am I here going through this? And the point is to realize the truth of who you are and start living that as a living example. So a lot of the messages coming through right now for starseeds and indigos is that it's not about the projects exactly you're going out and doing right now, the decisions, the life directions. That's not really the point. The point right now is to be who you are and be that light, that example in the world. So it's about stopping and being present and allowing yourself to live your truth. And then it's interesting how we're having this opportunity right now, this intensity, this karmic release, and this realization. And then with Mars and the Sun together for this next month, it's about go ahead and act on it. But the action that we need to take isn't about big career moves right now. It's about nurturing ourselves, and it's about realizing ourselves and supporting and loving and falling in love with ourselves so that we can gather the internal and cosmic support we need to take the action steps. So the action steps that are coming with the Sun and Mars together are action steps that come along the way. It's not like you're executing big planned stuff right now, because everybody's shifting so fast. We don't know what's best for us in the future. We just have to sit tight and go on this merry-go-round and just see where it ends up, because we're going into this eclipse season massively activating the truth of who we are. So it's not a time to take big, massive steps in your, say, new steps, new directions in your life as far as career, big projects. But it is time to take directed, clear action in your everyday life to validate, honor, and support the truth of who you really are. And so we can use this energy while these planets are in Cancer and this full moon in Pluto coming up, and its intensity, and the intensity is about a breakthrough. And so sit tight and love yourself, do your homework, show up, feel your emotions, move this heavy energy so that you can move into this ultimate future of expressing the divine gifts that you're finally ready to honor, finally ready to build the temple within to host and support your light, your expression in this world. So on that note, let's go ahead and move into this activation. So go ahead and allow yourself to become present right here, right now, connecting through your root chakra deep into Mother Earth. Just taking a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to arrive in this here, now, present moment. This is one of the messages, part of the thing that's coming through in this activation is direct individual messages for you from your highest guidance about how to support the true self and nurture your true self into this world. And one of the messages here right now is just starting off for everyone is that we can't really realize and we can't really live our truth until we receive our truth and allow a presence. So it's in the present moment when we stop. The world is just busy, busy going on around us, but we have an opportunity now to stop and to be completely present. Just taking a few deep breaths. And just noticing in your body any of this authority energy that's coming up. Where in your body are you holding tension right now? And just paying attention to that area of your body. This is a place where you wish things were different. You wish you were better. You wish you had made other choices. It's full of regret around the past, this Cancer energy, and holding on to the way that we thought it was supposed to be. Just move into that, any areas of your body that are lighting up right now with this resistance energy. Resistance to the flow of life. Just taking a few deep breaths, feeling yourself completely arrive in this now moment. And imagine that you're reaching down through your roots to connect into the waters of the earth. Deep underground, there's water, sacred water. The thing about this water is that it has not lost its memory of the Gaia truth, the truth of who we really are in our collective evolution on Earth right now. The truth of who we are as pure and beautiful spiritual beings. And I'd like you to just let yourself journey into this water and imagine that you can drop through your grounding cord, through your spine, through your whole being, releasing these feelings of angst within you. The angst about why is it this way? How can it be different? How these mistakes I made, holding on to these old emotions, frustration with your life. And just let that all wash away and imagine that this beautiful, sparkling cosmic energy, this magic from the sun, Mercury, and Mars coming together, bringing a new activation, a level of activation, a new level of information from our sun. And let this sparkling, beautiful, crystal energy move through your field, pick up that heaviness, the emotional energy, the frustration, the intensity that has been building in your being around why you can't get your life to be the way you want it to be. And go ahead and just allow that to wash away and release down through your root chakra into the waters of the earth, and feel yourself just go into Mother Earth Gaia. Bring with you this sparkly, magnetic, hopeful energy that's coming from the sun right now. And sit in the Gaia waters, the waters that still have the memory. One of the coolest things with technology and awareness of our time is understanding that water has memory. So we're journeying to the inner earth of these waters that have never lost the Gaia code, holding the memory of the true ultimate timeline of planet Earth. Planet Earth and its dimensional reality that never lost its connection to true source. It never went into the separation paradigm of 3D reality that we're separate from God, from source, from love, from light. And just feel yourself bathing in these waters, bringing in the blessings from the sun, mixing this new cosmic awareness, this joy that's trying to come into our solar system and deep into the root of your being, receiving an energy wave for a root chakra calibration as you sink into the Gaia waters. The root chakra is where whether we feel safe to be on planet Earth in a body, or whether we have ancestral support, or whether we have trauma. And it's time to release all the stories of trauma. That those stories got us to where we are right now in our evolution, but they're no longer serving us. So right now we're going to go ahead and have a reset deep into the root chakra, deep into the root of the earth, resting in Gaia's cave, in these mystical, beautiful waters. Just feel yourself submerge like a clear, beautiful, fresh from the mountains running creek. It's absolutely pure. And go ahead and allow yourself to receive back a rebirth into your purity. The star seeds, the indigos, if you're watching this, most likely fit into that category. They came to Earth with purified astral bodies, done lots of evolutionary work in higher dimensions before coming into 3D reality. Go ahead and wash away all the stories of trauma, of pain, of all of your lifetimes of where you've been told you're a failure, you're less than, you're poison, you need to be punished. This is this outside authority that we've given ourselves over to, our power over to, because of fear. programmed with fear, to fear who we really are. There's nothing to fear in this beautiful connection to Source, and just feel yourself submerge and float, releasing all of the pain of the past, being completely present right here, right now. That everything is not the way you think it might be, should be, or want to be, but what if it just is? Can you allow yourself time in your life to be with the what is, the truth of who you are? You come into the present moment and consciously feel your connection to all that is. The part of you that doesn't change is this life, this rapid shifting environment we're in right now, this upheaval energy. Go ahead and tap into this Gaia codes, the peace of connectedness, the entire organism of Earth completely interconnected. Just taking a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to rebirth and renew and bathe in these waters. Let these Gaia waters remind you of who you really are. Before you came into this Earth evolution, a bright, beautiful star. So excited to be a part of this spiritual experience, coming to awareness of who we really are while we're in a 3D body. So cool. And so there was some traumatic lifetimes, energies, oppression. Can you release into this oneness? Go ahead and receive an energy wave to remember and feel and make real the blessings of this universe that are you. You can receive, you deserve. As you float peacefully in this Gaia's cave. Go ahead and forge an umbilical cord with Mother Earth and the cosmos. Feel yourself becoming the innocent child, expression of pure source energy that is the truth of who you are. And I want you to pick up that brand new baby, this inner infant. Grab a hold of that inner infant and love that infant in the way that every infant by birthright deserves to be loved. The precious gift that is you. And just feel yourself falling in love. Paying attention to the area just above your head, your crown chakra. Receiving an energy wave for a crown chakra activation. Connecting the crown chakra and the root chakra, reminding you that you are a channel of light. A light keeper, a power keeper. And just feel that energy flow through your central tube, connecting these chakras. Breathing in air, light, and prana into your heart. From above and below, you are a pillar of light, connecting heaven and earth, resting in the nurturing of the cosmic Gaia, the connection to all that is, and receiving the blessings of light from the cosmic source of all. Just breathing those into your heart as you can allow, receiving a heart chakra activation, feeling the heart open and release any stuck emotional energies, just washing away into the Gaia waters as your heart chakra activates, just opening up to the love of the universe you've been trying to get from everywhere else. And it's right here in your heart. And just feel yourself being pulled into the vortex of the heart. The physical heart, every being that has a heartbeat has an electromagnetic field created by that heartbeat. And that electromagnetic field is a toroidal field. And just stepping into that vortex. Feeling yourself coming in to still point. Holding your inner infant and loving your inner infant. Together you journey into the heart. Perhaps as this heart chakra awakening and opening happens, you come into feelings of pain that you've been carrying, unworthy of love. As your heart opens, you come across all of these deep feelings, but your vulnerability is your greatest strength, and just move into those feelings. It's the inner infant within us that has all the power and the connection to source. And allow that inner infant to just be absolutely cherished and loved. Just breathing in air, light, and prana into your heart. Feeling the rest of the indigo and star seeds on the planet, having a heart chakra awakening, going from one day being completely oppressed and how am I going to make it on this planet, into the truth of the light, the realization. Where you realize you were never separate. You just had to buy into it to have the experiences that could bring you back consciously in a three-dimensional reality, into a body, into your back into your connection. It's just the effect of this is becoming more and more light, and understanding this is your true task, your true path. A lot of indigos struggling to find what it is they're here to do on the planet, and this is it. I'm going to tell you right now. You are here to guide the way through your purified astral body and your willingness to hold light. Show and demonstrate what's possible and the true realization of the I am, of that which it came before anything else. We always have access to. And just breathe that truth into your being. Breathing in air, light, and prana. Feeling yourself held by the Gaia waters. The deep reset, receiving a deep reset in the whole, every part of your bodies and your being and your cells and your physical body. Cell by cell, receiving this remembrance. Allowing yourself to float there. Receiving any messages or information or loving blessings for your inner infant, and indications of how you can support your inner infant in this powerful time on the planet, to come back into connection, to be poised to be an expression of light in this world in your own unique way. How can you support yourself in loving yourself as the cosmic truth of this world? Just taking a few deep breaths, allowing yourself to float there, blessed and healed and renewed and rebirthed. And how do you continue this radical self-care to support the absolute truth within you? We think that what we want is something received from outside in the world, but that what we really want is the absolute truth of who we are, living alive and well. This is Your life feels beautiful. Wake up excited to exist. Inspiring interactions with other light holders, light keepers, light workers. Feel the community of light workers coming into the realization of themselves, holding hands across the whole planet. We're weaving a new grid of cosmic consciousness, of the Christ consciousness. We are the rebirth of humanity and Gaia. And just receive the blessings, the information, the healing to allow yourself to be in this deep place of peace and connection with all that is. And just taking your time, but when you feel ready, begin to come back into your regular everyday awareness, bringing with you this peace, this still point, this connection, bringing with you this access to this energy that you know is the truth of who you are. So when the intensity comes, because it will come, understand it's an opportunity to move heavy, dense emotions that are keeping you in this false paradigm. It all goes down to whether or not you feel worthy. And it's time to stop letting the outside manifested world reality of this 3D reality dictate whether we're worthy. Just feel an energy wave, receive an energy wave for complete worthiness, the realization, the resting in the Gaia waters, the blessings of the cosmos meeting in your heart as you are moving forward in the human experiment, the human experience, the realization that you are source. And what does your life look like when you are living it from that place, where you're willing to nurture your true connection to source, the truth of who you are? What does your life feel like living from this place? We've been programmed to think that there's some sort of negative effect of light and love in this world. That's just a story we've been told. More is more, and that is the true state of the universe, ever expanding. Our hearts, our consciousness, ever expanding. The limitations are all a story we've been bought into. That there exists some sort of authority out there that says whether or not we're good enough or deserve to receive, and yet we are that which we want to receive. Just breathing that in, air, light, and prana, as you begin your journey back into your everyday awareness, into your room, into your body. Just feel yourself alive and well as source in a physical body. Feeling yourself deeply connected to Mother Earth and the Gaia waters that have the memory, the codes, Allow the waters of your body come into resonant of alignment with these Gaia codes. This is connection, wholeness, purity, the innocent self. As you hold your inner infant close to your heart, become one with your inner infant, and feeling the activation of your field as you remember your wholeness. And the waters of your body come into resonant frequency with the true, pure, ultimate potential, innocence of the Gaia codes, the original waters. Feel all the waters of the earth come into this resonant frequency with the ultimate timeline of Earth evolution as the beautiful Eden star that she is. Just taking a few deep breaths and just bringing that truth into your being. Feeling the waters of your body, the waters of your town, the waters underneath the earth, the headwaters from the mountains, the oceans, all come into this remembrance. What your life feels like with this energy received is levity, joy, promise, hope, inspiration. This is the truth of the path of the starseeds. This is what you are here to do, is to embody this. So what do you need to do in your life to support falling in love with the truth of who you are and deeply nurturing and nourishing, building a temple so that everyone who comes near you knows that it's important for them to honor you in that way as you honor them in that way. The meaning of Namaste. Just taking a few deep breaths as you begin to complete your journey, coming into your everyday awareness, coming into your physical body, bringing with you this light, this hope, this levity, this truth of your true path on planet Earth in this incarnation, this evolution. You have arrived to your pure and innocent self. Become one with your inner infant and releasing all stories around whether or not you are nurtured in this world or deserve nurturing. You are the nurturing. And just feel the loving arms of Gaia and the cosmic blanket of the stars holding you and loving you. Enjoying that root chakra calibration and crown chakra calibration, bringing all of your chakras into alignment, into your activated field. And coming into your everyday awareness, bringing with you the light, the peace, the connection, the Gaia codes. Feeling yourself arrive in your body as light like you never have before, grounded into the earth and held with deep cosmic permission from the ultimate authority of the cosmos, which is you, to be and shine and hold the light. Your ultimate destiny manifest from here on forward. Just taking a few deep breaths as you begin to complete your meditation. When you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. Come into your awareness, but keeping that peace, that connection, that purity, that remembrance, that rebirth. And go and find some fresh, clean waters and be a part of this activation of the Gaia codes on planet Earth that you are just a part of, this big collective healing. Go and nourish yourself by the fresh waters that are running on this planet, even if they've been sullied with pollution or any energies, now it's time for them to reset. Water has memory, and it can be programmed like a computer chip. So what we just did was go and find the original programs of this Gaia evolution and reinsert those into our world and into our physical body. And so just support and nourish yourself through these changes. Go to the water, drink lots of water, and find time to have that connection with Source. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this activation, celebrating this full moon in Capricorn, this intensity of pushing us into the truth of who we really are. So hang in there and know that the heaviness comes just before you break through to the light. And think of me when you are looking for personal support. You can schedule an intuitive healing session, and you can find out more about that below. So thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to next time. I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.